Oh my God.
Back at it again.
What's going on, baby?
Nothing. I feel good.
I love
I
it.
keep saying, you know what? When you ask me what's going on, I be saying nothing. That's a lie. Like it's
I know, because
everything is going on. Like everything is going on. I don't know why I automatically say nothing because that's a complete lie. But anyway, everything's good.
I love it.
I feel good.
What got you feeling so good?
So much. Everything we're working on together feels good. Everything I'm working on by myself feels good. With everything with baby, it's good. It's just like, I don't know, I'm in a space where I feel so weightless.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel burdened down by anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I imagine that this is what freedom feels like.
I love it.
Like, does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I know I started my own, I know we did our collective fast in February, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started my own personal fast on the 6th of this month. And when I tell you, it just seems like so much is just like falling off of me as I go through this. And I'm just like, this is where I need to be. This is who I need to be.
Mm-hmm.
No more being burdened down by any and everything that's no longer concerning me or no longer serving me. So I'm good. I'm so good.
Feeling capable.
Oh my God.
Clear.
Capable, confident, clear. Yeah, I feel good. Cause at first I was feeling really, really lost. Lost was the word I used.
Yeah.
Lost was the word
to change that.
Yeah, so lost was the word I used a lot because I wasn't sure how to define how I was feeling in the moment. Cause I was like, I need to do something. I feel like I'm not doing what I need to be doing. I'm not being who I need to be being and all of this stuff. And then come to find out, this was the first year where I felt completely whole,
Mm-hmm.
where I wasn't working on trying to get my body right. I wasn't working on trying to get my mental health right. I wasn't working on trying to fix something that was burdening me down. So it's like, what do you do when you no longer have anything to fix? Not saying I don't need to improve things. I'm not saying that. But when you're so consumed with, I got to fix this about me. This is broken about me. This is wrong about me. You've lived years of your life like this. And now to not feel that way, to feel content and satisfied and happy with who you are in this moment is like, something's wrong for me to feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm lost. Like you know what I'm saying? So being able to feel the fullness of who I am and who God says I am in this moment is just like, it's like a breath of fresh air that I never knew I needed.
Come on, girl.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I'm just like, I'm up here. Like,
I see it. Like you glowing.
Thank you.
Man, listen. Hey, for everybody who's watching this on YouTube, like just look at it. My baby glowing.
Thank you, baby.
Like you could just see the good, the light around you. Like you could just see that energy just is radiating off you, girl. Stop playing.
I feel different. And yeah, I'm loving where I am right now. I've never felt this way before about me and who I am currently. Because something we've talked about numerous times over this last week is how I've often lived in my past and lived in the future at the same time without and completely dismissing my present being.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm completely discrediting and disregarding who I am in the moment because I'm so focused on what I did. Mm-hmm. And I'm so focused on who I'm trying to be to where I can't even fully appreciate who I am right now. Yeah. And I'm in this moment of fully appreciating who I am in this moment. And it's beautiful. And I'm so grateful to finally see me and see that I've built the woman that I said I wanted to become. I built it. You helped me build it. Of course, God does his thing. But to really be this and embodying who I am in this present moment is everything for me right now.
You know what's so beautiful about that is the fact that the version of you that you are today is a version of you that not too many years ago you was praying to become.
Listen.
You was longing to become.
Absolutely.
And what's so interesting about that, though, is like sometimes we could be looking so hard at our past and so far into our future and not even realize that us in the moment is a version of ourselves that we've prayed for.
Listen,
And we can't even appreciate it because we're so disassociated with who we are because we keep looking back and we keep casting ourselves so far forward. And then what's even more interesting about that is like when you're able to pull yourself back to the present moment, sometimes that allows you to even be able to see that you're not that far away from the future that you desire.
Absolutely.
But what you're doing is you're gauging your future off your past, not your present. And that's crazy because I've seen that unfold for the both of us recently.
Yeah.
Like we've become versions of ourselves that at one point we were begging to become. We're in positions now that at one point we were begging to be in when life was like just crumbling around us as it felt in the moment.
Right.
And learning to be present and learning how to be grateful in the moment and also realizing that being present is actually more challenging than I would have ever thought and imagined.
The accuracy.
And
the accuracy. You know how hard I've had to concentrate on being in the moment. It's crazy to think that. I feel like sometimes we get in such a routine. We get so into the motions. It's like you think you're present. It's like, no, you're physically there, but you're still mentally thinking about what I need to fix or what I need to do or what's the next thing. And it's like, if you're thinking about all of that stuff, you're not in this moment.
Yeah.
You know? So having to correct that having to concentrate on that is actually been more difficult than I thought it would be. Yeah.
You know what? Like it's funny that you mentioned that because even in moments this past week when we was just chilling, kicking it, not working real hard on certain things or whatever, I had moments where I was like, bro, am I being lazy? Like, should I be doing a whole bunch of stuff? And then I take inventory and I'm like, bro, up to this point, you've done everything you said you wanted to do and that you need to do. You've been doing the work. You can rest right now. You can chill. You ain't got to be moving 1,000 miles per hour right now in this moment. You ain't got to be so far ahead in your mind to where you can't enjoy a moment of just chilling on the couch, watching damn Netflix with your wife,
right,
and just relaxing. You don't have to be in a state of stress, feeling like you're failing your family because you sitting here just chilling, holding my wife's feet in my hand and just relaxing. Like, you're not a failure because of that. Like you said, hey, you know what? I want to get this, and this done this week. I got those things done. We put the priorities that needed to be front loaded. We got those things done or whatever. And right now, like, I'm just in this moment. And it's okay for me to be in this moment.
Yes.
And realizing, man, you know how many years we've lived to where we couldn't even have moments like that without thinking that we are self-sabotaging, that we are failing, that we're not doing stuff because we just didn't know how to be present and in the moment. And I never thought about that until quite literally this past week of us just sitting on the couch, relaxing and just present and in the moment one day. And it was probably the first time that I thought to myself that my doing nothing or just resting or resetting in that moment, this is probably the first time I've ever thought about that and didn't get that feeling of stress and overwhelm or harsh judgment and criticism and all of that other stuff. And I'm like, no, you did the things you said you were going to do.
Right.
This is where you are right now. You're enjoying being here right now. You're still getting some clarity on some things, but you're not just looking for clarity and doing nothing. As you get it, you're actually taking action. You're actually doing the things as they reveal themselves to you. You can be here in this moment. There's nothing for you to do. You don't have to go and force something out of nothing in this moment. You can just be here.
Yeah, and even in that moment is knowing that, you know, our marriage is like a top priority.
Absolutely.
So in that moment, you were doing what needed to be done, and that was spending time with your wife, watching, what was we watching, Jamie Foxx or whatever we was watching.
I don't know what we was watching.
But that didn't matter.
But it was just
spending
us.
intentional time together, so that you were doing the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Something that we said was the priority.
Yes.
And was able to do it with no stress and thinking and not thinking that it was taken away from something. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't even think about it from that perspective of like just spending time, you know, being present with my wife. And that's my own flaw. Like, I didn't even think about it from that lens, but I did. At least I had the thought process where I'm like, you know what? Like, being right here is cool.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Right.
Like, I can just be here with her and I ain't got to be doing 1,001 things trying to move the needle another 4-5 notches
right.
at 8:30, 9:30, you know, at night.
Right.
Bro, just chill. You here right now. And this is a good space. This is a good space.
That's so good. That's so good, because I think we get so bogged down with, we got to get the goal, we got to get this, we got to do this, and it's just like your hands just got to be busy to where you're paranoid anytime you're not doing something and your hands ain't busy. It's like, oh, I'm a complete failure because I'm relaxing with my wife, or I'm a complete failure because I'm resting today, or you know what I'm saying, or I'm a complete failure because I took some time to just go get my hair done. Go get my nails done. Just relax. Go to the spa. Like, no, you're not. That is still you taking care of yourself. Rest and recovery. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, though? It's like we talk about, you know, a lot about growth and getting after the goals. But moments like that are part of our goals.
Yes, absolutely.
Moments like that are part of our growth because there's been, most of our time in the past, especially the past 5-6 years or so, we haven't even been able to fully enjoy moments like that because we're always trying to be busy doing something else. And to be in a state to where we can just chill like that, be with each other and not have to experience the mental exhaustion and stress and overwhelm and all of those other things, that shows our growth in motion.
Yes.
Of us just being able to be there and just relax into that moment, be present with one another. And even if it's doing nothing at all, like, man, you know what? We can just chill and just be together and be glad and grateful for what we've done, the things that we're doing, and also be able to enjoy our moments of just being. That is growth. Because there's been so many times in our lives to where we couldn't even see the beauty in just moments like that of not having to feel like we just failing because we're not actively doing something with our bodies. Like this, in this particular season, like that was growth.
Yeah.
Growth looked like us doing nothing, stress-free, without the weight of the world on our shoulders, feeling like we need to do 1,001 moments. Growth for us in that moment looked like nothing. I'm here.
Yeah, honestly, that's true.
I am just here with you.
Yes.
I'm relaxed. I'm present with you. We talked. And we just enjoyed each other's company until it was time to go to bed.
Yeah.
And we slept good.
Yes.
Big growth. No stress. Not feeling like we needed to run a freaking marathon and do 1,001 things, check all of our analytics and do all this other stuff. Right. It was just us in the moment.
Yeah.
And that was another level of growth for us in our marriage and in us individually.
Yeah.
And I'm super grateful for that now because I haven't even talked about it up until this point. And that was it's such a beautiful thing.
I think that's something that's so important for people to do in their marriage or in their relationship. Spend intentional time together. Outside of the kids, outside of work, outside of being strategic about our goals and trying to retire and all that stuff. Just spending time with each other, just chilling, you know? Like just talking, laughing at a show. Like, I feel like that's so important because I feel like we get so caught up in life that we miss out on opportunities to see each other and to hear each other and to check in with each other. So I'm glad that we're in a space to where we can do that more intentionally. I feel like that's something we've done, but we can do it more intentionally now from a very calm place, not as stressful as it was before.
Right.
Like, just in a different headspace. And it's beautiful to experience right now.
Yeah, and I say, in conjunction with what you said, I think just for to put in context for those, who may be listening or watching or whatever, we're in a space to where things like that are highly important to us.
Yes, priority.
And take into consideration the context of your own situation.
For sure.
Because you may not be in this space.
Mm-hmm.
You may not be in this state in your marriage or your relationship right now. You might be in a space right now where you need to be running 1,000 miles per hour, collectively, together, individually, whatever the case may be. So take inventory of where you are right now and what's important to you and the person you're with in your marriage right now. It's just, this is an open reflection of where we are right now and our gratitude for this moment and what it means to us based on our values. Our values. And if it's not a value of the listener, and it's something that's not as important to you, change the context of the situation, put in whatever is more fitting to you and do more of that for you and your partner. And I say that because, of course, we only talk about us, you know what I mean? But to make that useful for you, realize that what works for us is what's working for us because we know us and you have to know you. Yeah.
I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying. But to add more context to the context, if you don't want to spend time with that person, why are y'all even married anyway? So it's like intentional time with each other should be important. And I think, like, for me, I have been regretful of us going after goals over the last 10 years, and I missed things with you.
Yeah.
I missed experience with you. I missed moments where we could have created beautiful memories together. I missed that. We missed that. And I am regretful for what we missed out on because we were so goal oriented. We could have took a little bit of time for each other.
Yeah.
We could have. And that's just being straight up honest.
That's real.
Like, what's the point of us being married to each other if we're not willing to see each other and hear each other and create memories with each other outside of goals?
Yeah.
Like, what is this for? So for me, again, you said, priorities. That's how I feel about it, for sure. But I have been extremely regretful of things we've missed because we were racing, going to the next thing. What's the next big thing we got to work on? So that's more of me saying, hey, like, if you're in this moment and you see like you're always after this thing, just take a little bit of time to see each other, to talk to each other, to hear each other. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And it's not to say that, that, I mean, you got to have that.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Period. For sure.
I'm more so getting at, like, hey, whatever's important to them based off whatever season they're in, do it in the way that best suits you.
For sure. Yeah. Do it however. Do it however you feel is right.
But the implementation.
But at the end of the day, like, you and your partner are important. Your goals are important. Sure, absolutely. But you and your person are important and should show that to each other.
100%.
Absolutely.
And I would say, in reference to, our past and the things that we have, missed out on and things of that nature, I wouldn't want to say that I regret it. Do I wish that some things probably could have been different? Maybe so. But context and hindsight is one of those things that I really got to take into consideration.
Of course.
Because it's like, change any one thing and who are we today? You know what I mean? And I'm so grateful for the space that we're in today.
Of course.
And I feel like from who we are today, maybe now is the time for us to really be able to maximize our experiences.
For sure.
To be able to maximize, the experiences that we get to share and create and have together. And though, we could have done a lot more.
Of course.
We could have made a whole lot of other, different decisions. I can't say that I would change a thing, because there's so many lessons that I've gotten from that. There's so many things that I think that they taught us that I'm not sure we would have learned as deeply and as clearly as we do now had we have not had the experiences that we had. And just for me personally.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, for me personally,
you're good.
I can't imagine myself looking at even the experiences that we miss with regret. But I can say wholeheartedly that I refuse to let our future continue to be that way, knowing what we know now and knowing how important our time together is, the experiences that we share together are, how much our love and our connection between one another is. I refuse to know what we know now, have the knowledge that we have, the wisdom and understanding that we have now, and to not make change and do better going forward.
Absolutely. In
spite of our professional goals, and further prioritizing our marriage and our connectedness and goals in that area above so many other things. Because if we feed us, if we pour more into our marriage now in this space, that will serve everything else.
Absolutely.
Because the better we are individually, the better we are as a team, as partners, as a married couple, the better we will be for everything else that our hands touch together. And now I feel like, you know what? We owe it to ourselves to put what we have together on the highest pedestal possible to create more memories and experiences together, to deepen our love and our intimacy and our connection with a higher level of understanding, and also with a high level of gratitude, just knowing that we've really built something meaningful.
For sure.
And that we're still building something meaningful, that we're still being intentional, that we're still showing up for each other, that we're still prioritizing each other and our desire to stay connected and committed to one another.
Absolutely. So I definitely want to fix that. I'm not saying I would take away anything that we've experienced.
I get you.
Yeah, everything we've experienced has been for a reason. Everything we did and everything that happened was meant to be, and it created who we are today, and we love who we are. So I'm grateful for all of that. What I'm saying is there are moments when I think back, personally, I'm like, we could have carved some time out for an experience.
Absolutely.
Here. We could have carved out some moments here. We could have did this here. We could have had some more family fun up in here.
Absolutely.
So when I say I'm regretful of that, I'm regretful of the fact that there were opportunities that we missed.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm talking about. But that's not to take away from everything that we've been through, because it made us, baby. It made us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm regretful of the missed opportunities, but we will not miss them again. Yeah. And that's what's most important now. So, I just wanted to make sure I fixed that shit. I had to fix that real quick. Wait, that ain't what I'm saying.
You know what? And it's funny that, you have to do stuff like that nowadays, because me personally, I knew
You knew that, yeah, of course.
I know my wife. I know what you mean when you say that. But then, we got, people who listen to us now, and they be like, well, why would you say it like that? I wouldn't think like that or whatever. And I'm like, man, you know what? But it's just a conversation between a man and his wife. Yeah. Sometimes you say stuff, and it don't come out the best way, things like that. Yeah. And it's like, bro, y'all listen, bro. I'm just talking to my wife.
Right.
I'm just talking to my wife, and it don't always come out the absolute most perfect way or whatever. And I can sit here and say, I know my wife's heart. I know what she means when she says certain things, whatever. I know how they came out, but I know how she feels.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is like the beauty of marriage.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know, even when you're speaking to me a lot of the times and you say certain things and you be like, I hope what I'm saying is making sense. And I'm like, it's jumbled up. It might be a little bit all over the place, but you've given enough to me to where I can take inventory in my own mind and heart of how I know you, how I've grown with you over the years. I can connect some of the dots using some of the information that you might have missed verbalizing.
Yeah.
I can put it together and I'm like, baby, you know what? I get what you're saying. I know where you're coming from. And that's something you grow to be able to do in a deeply loving and connected and meaningful marriage when you're with somebody who you long and desire to understand and be connected to and actually want to be able to understand in those not so easy ways.
Yeah.
Like, you can give me a little bit and I could be like, I got you deeply.
Yeah.
Like, the other people on the outside may not have got it, but I got all of the resources and the knowledge and the experience and the hidden context that everybody else might have missed. But me, your husband, I got you.
Yeah.
I know what you was getting at.
I love that. Yeah. Boy, you talking to me. Ooh.
I love you, girl.
I love you.
But I wanted to bring that up, though, because, again, as people listen to us, those one of those things where you can't teach nobody to do that.
Yeah.
And people can't, if you're not living that may be hard to understand to some degree. Maybe, possibly. Or if you have kids, it's kind of the same way. When you're raising up your kids, like, we got a 15-year-old. Like, there's things we know about her that she don't know about her.
Yeah.
We pay attention to her in ways that she couldn't possibly pay attention to herself. You know what I mean? Like, when she says certain things, like, I know it came out your mouth, but I also know what you meant in your heart. And I know your character enough to know, I know this came out because you're emotional, you're worked up and things like that or whatever, but this is who you are as a person. And I know that you're this type of person right here. But right now, whatever's happening over here might have gotten the best of you right now, but I can see through that because I know the real you.
Yeah.
And that's something that comes from true love. That's something that comes from truly being connected to the people in your life that you love. And again, that's something that you can't teach a person.
That's good.
You have to desire to have that with the people that you love and that you care about. And again, I wanted to just bring that up because that's like a real life example of, like, she just said a lot of words, a while back. They came out a certain way, but I knew what she meant. Everybody else listening, they just heard words.
Yeah.
Me, I heard your heart.
Yeah.
I saw your heart. I know what you mean behind the words. I'm like, yeah, she could have said that a little bit better, but I know what she was getting at.
Yeah.
But I'm supposed to be able to know that as your husband.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm supposed to be able to see.
You're the only person who knows me in this way.
I'm supposed to be able to see the things that aren't being said.
Right.
Or to be able to see through the misspoken words and things like that, because we're human. Not everything comes out perfectly. Not everything is always, crisp and being articulated in the best way or whatever the case may be. Right. We are full-blown humans over here having a human experience, and we can show some freaking compassion and empathy and understanding if we want to.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
I
see you, baby.
Thank you, baby. This conversation kind of weird left, but
it did. It was good. But no, I think that was secondary point.
It's a good, like, real life example, though, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it was good. I think you brought it all together.
Yeah, off of one thing.
Yeah.
Off of one word. It's like saying something like regret, and then it just turned into a whole lesson.
Oh my gosh, she regrets something in her man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I regret having great memories, like us planting more memories. Like that's it. Like that's.
Yeah, it's just you.
That's it.
And you know how people can sometimes, paint false negative images off of one thing. And I'm like, sometimes you got to learn how to be able to look beyond words.
That's true. That's true.
Again, you have to have a desire to do that. And again, that's one of those things you can't teach, because some people, unfortunately, are looking for the opportunity to hear certain things and not to understand. It's like, well, this is what you said. If you didn't mean it that way, you shouldn't have said it that way.
Right.
Like, every human doesn't make some type of mistake, or things don't always come out perfectly or whatever. Like, and that's, that's why I love, like, in our content and our messaging and the things that we talk about. Like, bro, we ain't sitting over here trying to pretend. Like, you get us in our fullest, most human version. You know what I mean? And who we are in the moment. And like, ain't no acts over here.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, this is just in the realest, rawest way possible. That's why we barely even edit our episodes anymore. We take out the beginning and the end, and however the conversation start and flow, whatever.
Keep the bloopers in there.
Listen, you finna get, man, ain't nobody got time for all of that.
For real.
Bro, we human. And if you rock with our human, it's cool. Thank you. We appreciate you. If you don't, we ain't for you, and that's fine. Simple as that. Like, we love us. And
big, a lot.
Right.
Defects.
I'm trying to tell you. And it take way too much effort trying to appeal to people that don't rock with you anyway.
Yeah.
And if we gotta do 1,001 things to keep somebody's attention, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good on that. Like, nah, bro, we gotta do this thing in a way that's meaningful and true to us.
Yeah.
And getting us in the most direct, rawest, realest form is the best way to do that for us. And for the people, that deeply do rock with who we are and what we share.
Yeah, for sure.
So I love it that way.
Me too.
Thank you for this time, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Hey, I've enjoyed this.
Me too.
I've enjoyed this. If you guys have enjoyed it also, please do, man, like, comment, subscribe, to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, wherever it is you're checking in with us from. And as always, family, my name is John Trone. This is my beautiful queen,
Adoria.
We are one dope couple. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And until next time, family, peace and love.